Should you ditch your contact lenses and instead wear your glasses more? I know that's probably a question you're wondering about. I was wondering about that too because I saw all of these headlines in the newspapers saying that you should ditch your contact lenses and wear glasses more. But I was a little skeptical until I read all about it. And I'm here to break it down. And in fact, I'm going to get right to the point. I'm going to get to the answer right now. Well, the answer is actually, yeah. According to the American Academy of Ophthalmology, they are actually recommending that contact lens wearers actually wear their contact lenses less and their glasses more. So the big question is why? How does this work? Why does this work? I'm going to break it down. I'm Dr. Jen Caudle. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm doing daily videos on coronavirus. So thank you for watching me today. Okay, so those are my reading glasses, so I'll bring those back later. Let's go back to basics and remind ourselves about how coronavirus is primarily spread. It's primarily spread by person-to-person contact and the sharing of respiratory droplets that usually come from our mouth and our nose and things like that. That's generally the way that we get coronavirus, our nose or mouth. But if droplets were to get in our eyes, we could possibly get the infection that way as well, although it's less likely. It's also possible to touch objects and get coronavirus that way as well. However, we do believe the person-to-person contact and the transmission of upper respiratory droplets is the main way that it's spread. And you know what we've been saying all along, right? We've been saying social distance, social distance, social distance, right? That's staying greater than 6 feet away from each other. Washing our hands with soap and water vigorously for at least 20 seconds. That means also making sure that we're using hand sanitizer if we can't wash our hands. And what have we been saying about touching our face? We've been saying don't touch your face. So that brings me back to why the American Academy of Ophthalmology is recommending that if you wear contact lenses to perhaps wear them less and wear glasses more. Well, the first thing has to do with touching our face. Now, this is something I thought was really interesting that I read on the American Academy of Ophthalmology's website. They say that contact lens wearers touch their eyes more than the average person. Now that makes a lot of sense, right? You know, if you wear contact lenses, you got to put them in, you got to take them out. You might be touching your eyes at other times. So it does make sense that if you put your glasses on instead of contact lenses, you may be less likely to touch your eyes and your face, which is a good thing, by the way. The other thing is wearing your glasses also serves maybe almost as a physical reminder not to touch your face, right? Because if you go up to touch your face when you have your glasses on, at least I do, I run into my glasses instead of my face or my cheeks or what have you. So they can be a good reminder, hey, don't touch your face, right? The other reason that the American Academy of Ophthalmology gives for recommending people to wear their contact lenses less and their glasses more is they say that glasses may also add a layer of protection. Now, guys, this is not 100%. It's not going to 100% protect you from coronavirus. Look at all this space in here. Space here, space, all this space, right? It's not 100%. The idea is it does serve as some sort of a shield, right? It's not the same as personal protective equipment, but it may do something. And so for these reasons, you know, look, the American Academy of Ophthalmology says, hey, why don't you ditch the contacts and wear your glasses more? You know, I have to say, to be honest with you, it's not a bad idea. I was really, personally kind of excited and delighted when I read this guidance from their website. You can take a look at it. They are at aao.org. But remember, regardless of what we do, guys, we have to make sure that we're using our hygiene precautions and our social distancing. I'll say it again. Stay at least 6 feet away from other people. Wash your hands. Use hand sanitizer. Don't touch your face. Disinfect surfaces. Do all those things we know how to do. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. I'm Dr. Jen Caudle, and I'll see you tomorrow.